Welcome my dear students. Now lecture number 9 I am going to start here at page number 65. Lecture number 9, page number 65. The foreigner followed his look, Muni's look, and decided that it would be a sound policy, it would be a good policy to show an interest in the old man's pet. He thought that the matter will be solved if he would show an interest in the old man's pets, means Muni's pets. He went up casually to them and stroked their backs. He went up casually to them, to the goats, and stroked their backs with every show of courteous attention. Patted their backs, stroked their backs, patted their backs with every show of courteous. He showed courteous attention. Now the truth dawned on the old man. Now, what was the reality? What was the truth? Muni understood. His dream of a lifetime was about to be realized. He thought that his dream is going to be fulfilled. He understood that the red man was actually making an offer for the goats. He made an idea. He understood that the red man was actually making an offer. He wanted to purchase his goats. Though he wanted to purchase the horse, but Muni thought that he wanted to purchase what? The goats. He had reared them up. He had reared them up in the hope of selling them someday. He took very care of his goats in the hope of selling them someday, and with the capital, with the money, with the sum, opening a small shop on this very spot near pedestal. He would open a shop. He would open a shop by selling the goats. Now he thought that his luck has come. He is very lucky that red man is about to purchase. He is making an offer to purchase the goats. Sitting here, watching toward the hills, he had often dreamed how he would put up a thatched roof here. He would put up a thatched roof here, to spread a gunny sack on the ground, and display on it fried nuts. He would sell fried nuts, colored sweets, and green coconut for the thirsty and famished. Famished means exhausted person. Exhausted, the strength by hunger. Famished, for the thirsty and famished, who would be exhausted, their strength by hunger. Wayfarers means travelers on the highway, which was sometimes very busy. Thought that he would be a shopkeeper by earning the money after selling his goods. The animals were not prized once for a cattle show, but he had spent his occasional savings to provide them some fancy diet now and then. The animals were not exhibit anywhere, but he had spent his occasional savings he used to save, provide them some fancy diet, good diet, and now and then, and they did not look too bad. They were healthy. The goats were healthy, not too bad. While he was reflecting thus, the red man shook his hand and left on his palm 100 rupees in tens now. 100 rupees in tens. The currencies were of 10 rupees. 10 into 10, 100 rupees. Suddenly realizing that this was what the old man was asking, "It is all for you," he thought. Realizing that this was what the old man was asking, what the question would be from Muni, he said, Red Man said, "It is all for you, or you may share it if you have a partner." It is all for you, but if you have any partner, you can share. The old man pointed at the station wagon and asked, "Are you carrying them off in that? Are you carrying them off in that wagon?" "Yes, of course," said the other, understanding the transportation part of it. The old man said, "This will be their first ride in a motor car. This will be their," means goats, of the goats ride in a motor car. "Carry them off after I get out of sight." Carry them off after I get out of sight. Otherwise they will never follow you, but only me, even if I am traveling on the path to Yamlok. He said, "They are habitual. They are my pets, so they will follow me. So you carry them off after I get out of sight. Otherwise they will never follow you. They will follow me. Even I am traveling on the path to Yamlok. They will not leave me, though I will go to Yamlok, they will follow me." He laughed at his own joke, brought his palms together in a salute, turned around and went off, and was soon out of sight beyond a clump of thickets, bushes. He took 100 rupees and he went from there and was soon out of sight beyond a clump of thicket. The red man looked at the goats grazing peacefully. He did not understand what it meant. The red man thought that the horse had been sold by Muni to him. He did not think about the goats. The red man looked at the goats gazing peacefully, perched on the pedestal of the horse, as the westerly sun touched off the ancient faded colors of the statue with a fresh splendor. He ruminated, he pondered, he thought, "He must be gone to fetch some help, I suppose." When Muni went from there, the red man thought that he had gone to ask some person to help me to keep this horse in the wagon and settle down to wait. And settled down. He sat down there to wait. When a truck came downhill, He stopped it and got the help of a couple of men to detach the horse from its pedestal and place it in his station wagon. With the help of couple of men, the horse was detached from its pedestal and placed it in the station wagon. He gave them 5 rupees each, and for a further payment, they siphoned off gas from the truck. They bent pipe or tube, siphoned off gas from the truck, and helped them to start his engine. And for a further payment, they siphoned off gas from the truck and helped him to start his engine. Muni hurried homeward with the cash securely tucked away in his waist, in his dhoti. He kept the cash securely at his waist in his dhoti. He shut the street door and stole up softly to his wife as she squatted before the lit oven, wondering if by a miracle food would drop from the sky. Squatted, to bend deeply at the knees while resting on one's feet, or you can say crouching. She was wondering if by miracle food would drop from the sky. There was no arrangement of food on that day. Muni displayed his fortune for the day. Money that he had brought. She snatched the notes from him, counted them by the glow of the fire, and cried, 100 rupees! How did you come by it? How did you get it from? From where did you get it? Have you been stealing? I have sold our goats, he said. I have sold our goats to a red-faced man. He was absolutely crazy to have them. He became mad to have them. Gave me all this money and carried them off in his motor car. Hardly had these words left his lips, hardly had he spoken the words, when they heard bleating outside. The sound of the cries of goats. The cries of goat is called bleating. When they heard bleating outside, she opened the door and saw the 2 goats at her door. Here they are, she said. What's the meaning of all this? Here they are. They are not being sold. He muttered a great curse and seized one of the goats by its ear and shouted. He muttered a great curse. He mumbled a great curse and seized one of the goats by its ear and shouted, "Where is that man? Don't you know you are his? He is your owner, not me. Why did you come back?" The goat only wriggled, twisted. Wriggled means twisted in his grip. He asked the same question of the other goat. The goat shook itself off. His wife glared at him, looked at him and declared and announced, if you have thieved, if you have stolen the money, if you have thieved, the police will come tonight. The police will come tonight and break your bones. Don't involve me. Don't involve me. I will go away to my parents. I will go away to my parents. She threatened her husband. And by this way, the story ends. Dear students, though it was a long story, but if you have any problem, please ask me. The school is going to start from Monday. Your turn will be on 21st of October. You are most welcome. After a long time, the school is being opened. You please come and ask your problem, what you have. Thank you so much.